Someone noticed something about you recently. It was not your clothes or the way you walked into a room. It was not your face, your voice, or the things you carry with you. It was something much deeper than all of that. Something that lives underneath your skin, underneath your story, underneath every season of pain you have walked through. And what they saw made them stop. It made them go quiet for a long moment. Because what was found in you was not ordinary. Stay with me, because what I am about to tell you is not something that comes to everyone. This was meant to reach you on this exact day, in this exact moment of your life. Before we go further, if something in your heart already feels stirred, if something in your chest already says, "This is for me," go ahead and subscribe to this channel right now. Let this be a place you return to when the world feels too loud and your spirit needs a quiet voice. There are people around you who have watched you carry things that were never yours to carry alone. They have watched you hold yourself together when everything around you was falling apart. And they thought they were watching someone struggle. But they were actually watching someone become. You did not break. I need you to hear that slowly. You did not break. There were moments when the weight was so heavy that you sat with yourself in the dark and wondered how much longer you could hold on. There were nights when the silence felt heavier than any sound. There were mornings when getting up felt like climbing a mountain no one else could see. And still you are here. Still breathing. Still searching. Still open enough to receive a word like this one. That is not small. That is not nothing. That is one of the rarest things in the world. If you feel that this message is speaking something true into your life, leave a comment below that simply says, "I am still standing." Let those words be your quiet declaration today. Let them be the thing you say to yourself and to the world. Because it is the truth. Now here is what the investigation found. It was not conducted by any human hand or human eye. It was a deeper kind of searching. The kind that moves through your history, through your wounds, through the chapters of your life that no one else has read. And what was found was this. You have been chosen not because your life has been easy, but because you have remained tender even when life was hard. You have remained kind even when kindness was not returned to you. You have kept a small flame of hope alive even when everything around you seemed designed to put it out. That tenderness, that stubborn, quiet hope that is not weakness. That is the mark of someone being shaped for something greater. And the investigation saw it clearly. It saw the version of you that existed before the disappointments came. It saw the child in you who believed that goodness was real and that love was safe. And then it saw what happened when life began to teach you harder lessons. It saw how you adjusted, how you learned to protect yourself, how you built walls not out of coldness, but out of survival. And it saw something remarkable. Even behind those walls, even in the places where you stopped trusting easily, even there, you kept a door open. Just a small one. Just enough for light to get through. That door is the reason you are watching this right now. If this is reaching something in you, take a moment and like this video. It is a small thing, but it is a way of saying, yes, I am open, yes, I am receiving, yes, something here is real to me. You have been through things that changed the shape of you. Not everyone who looks at you knows that. They see the version of you that learned to smile through hard things. They see the version of you that learned to say, "I am fine," when you were actually rebuilding yourself from the inside. But the truth is that every difficult season you have walked through left something in you that cannot be taken away. It left wisdom. It left a kind of depth that only comes from real experience. It left a compassion for other people in pain, because you know what pain actually feels like. You are not behind in your life. I want to say that carefully, because it may be one of the things you most need to hear right now. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not the sum of what you have lost or what has not yet arrived. You are someone in the middle of a story that is still being written. And the middle of a story can look like confusion. It can look like waiting. It can look like standing still when you desperately want to move forward. But the middle is not the end. The middle is where the most important things happen. The middle is where roots grow deep before the tree grows tall. Pause here for a moment and comment the words, "My story is not over." Let those words land in your own spirit as you write them. Because they are true, the investigation also found something that may surprise you. It found that the very things you have been most ashamed of, the failures, the seasons of going backward, the relationships that did not work, the doors that closed on you, those things were not punishments. They were redirections. They were the universe, the divine, something larger than you, gently and sometimes not so gently, saying, "Not that way. There is something better prepared for you, but you have to move in a different direction to get there." You were not rejected by those closed doors. You were protected. And I know that when you were standing in front of those doors, when they shut in your face, it did not feel like protection. It felt like loss. It felt like failure. It felt like something must be wrong with you. But you were being held. Even in the moments that felt most like abandonment, there was a hand that did not let you fall all the way down. You were caught every time. Perhaps not in the way you asked to be. Perhaps not at the moment you expected it. But you were caught. And here is the evidence. You are still here. You made it through every single thing that felt like it would end you. Every single one. If you are watching this and you feel like someone needed to say this specifically to you today, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Let it be a reminder that there is a voice here that sees you and will continue to speak hope into your life. Because there is more to say. There is still more being uncovered about who you are and what is coming for you. And we have only just begun. And let me take this deeper, because some of you are thinking, "Okay, but how do I know it's really my soulmate?" Good question, because not everyone who feels familiar is meant for you. Some people feel familiar because they match your wounds. So let's separate soul recognition from trauma recognition. Trauma recognition feels like urgency. Soul recognition feels like clarity. Trauma recognition makes you overthink. Soul recognition makes you understand. Trauma recognition makes you chase. Soul recognition makes you breathe. If that's hitting you, comment, "I choose peace." Now here's the part nobody wants to admit. Some of you have been calling a lesson a soulmate. You've been calling pain passion. You've been calling inconsistency chemistry. You've been calling emotional distance mystery. But a soulmate does not feel like punishment. A soulmate feels like partnership. And if you've been asking God for love, He's not going to answer you with someone who destroys you. So after Valentine's, the secret letter is also a warning. It's your spirit saying, don't go back. Don't text them. Don't reopen that door. Don't confuse loneliness with destiny. If you needed that reminder, comment, "I won't go back." Because some doors look like love, but they're actually traps. And the enemy of your soulmate is not another person. It's your own temptation to settle. Your own temptation to accept half-love. Your own temptation to romanticize someone who barely shows up. Now listen carefully. Your soulmate is not going to compete with your healing. They're going to support it. They're not going to make you feel guilty for having standards. They're going to respect them. They're not going to call your boundaries too much. They're going to call them healthy. And that's how you know. Because the right person doesn't fear your boundaries. The wrong person does. If you're done explaining your boundaries, comment, "I'm done explaining." Now I want to talk to the person who feels embarrassed. You feel embarrassed because Valentine's passed. And you're still single. You feel embarrassed because you thought you'd be married by now. You feel embarrassed because you thought you'd be chosen by now. You feel embarrassed because you thought the last person was the one. Listen, you're not late. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're being protected. Because some people got picked. But they got picked by the wrong person. And that's a different kind of pain. So don't compare your timeline to someone else's highlight reel. Because you don't know what their relationship costs them. You don't know what they tolerate. You don't know what they cry about in private. You don't know what they're settling for. But you're being refined. And refinement looks like delay. But it's actually mercy. If you believe delay is protection, comment, God is protecting me. Now I promised you something dynamic. So let's do this like a real letter. Because this is where your spirit starts to feel it. Imagine your soulmate writing this late at night. With a calm heart and a steady mind. Not trying to impress you. Just trying to reach you. And this is what they write. I'm not looking for a perfect person. I'm looking for a real person. I'm not looking for someone who never got hurt. I'm looking for someone who healed. I'm not looking for someone who's never been disappointed. I'm looking for someone who didn't become bitter. I'm not looking for someone who has no past. I'm looking for someone who learned from it. And when I find you, I won't play games. I won't disappear. I won't punish you. I won't manipulate you. I won't make you guess. I will communicate. I will show up. I will be consistent. I will be accountable. And I will love you in a way that feels like rest. If you want a love that feels like rest, comment, love that feels like rest. Now let's bring in another layer. Because this is not just about romance. This is about identity. A soulmate doesn't just love you. They call you higher. Not by forcing you, but by inspiring you. You start wanting to take care of your body. You start wanting to clean up your habits. You start wanting to protect your peace. You start wanting to pray again. You start wanting to be emotionally mature. And you don't do it out of fear. You do it out of readiness. That's the love letter too. Because the soulmate isn't only coming to your life. They're coming to your future. They're coming to your family. They're coming to your purpose. They're coming to your calling. And God does not connect souls casually. If you feel like your next love is spiritual, comment, this is spiritual. Now let me speak to the person who keeps having dreams. You've been dreaming about love. You've been dreaming about someone you haven't met. You've been dreaming about a voice, a feeling, a presence, and you wake up with this strange emotion. Like you miss someone you've never held. That's not random. Sometimes God gives you a preview. Not so you can obsess, but so you can prepare. Because the heart needs hope. But listen to me. Do not chase the dream. Become the person who can hold it. If you've been having dreams, comment, I've been dreaming. Now here's the warning I need you to hear. And I'm saying it with love. Your soulmate will not be attracted to the version of you that is still begging. Not because you're unworthy, but because begging energy is not love energy. Begging energy is fear. Begging energy is scarcity. Begging energy is please don't leave. And your soulmate is not looking for someone to rescue. They're looking for someone to build with. So if you've been begging in love, don't shame yourself. Just grow. This is your moment to upgrade. Comment, I'm upgrading. Now let's talk about the biggest sign that your soulmate is close. And I want you to listen slowly. The biggest sign is you stop chasing closure from the past. You stop needing an apology. You stop needing them to understand. You stop needing them to regret. You stop needing them to come back. You release them. And the moment you release, You create space. And space is holy. Because God cannot fill what you refuse to empty. If you're ready to empty your heart of the past, comment, I release the past. Now let me give you the second Bible verse line for this part. One line, and it's powerful. Above all else, guard your heart. That's it. Because guarding your heart doesn't mean being cold. It means being wise. It means you don't let anyone have access to you who hasn't earned the responsibility. It means you don't give your deepest love to someone who only offers shallow effort. So after Valentine's, guard your heart, not because love is dangerous, but because your heart is precious. If your heart is precious to you, comment, my heart is precious. Now here's the part that's going to shift you. Your soulmate's letter is not only about them. It's about you becoming the soulmate too. Because you can't pray for a mature partner and stay emotionally immature. You can't pray for consistency and keep being inconsistent with your own healing. You can't pray for loyalty and keep entertaining people who don't deserve you. You can't pray for peace and keep choosing chaos. So this is the question. Are you becoming the kind of love you're asking for? If you're becoming that person, comment, I'm becoming. Now let's end this like a real spiritual moment. I want you to imagine the last line of the love letter. The final sentence your soulmate writes. And it says, I'm not late. I'm not lost. I'm not confused. I'm being guided. And I will find you when you finally believe you deserve me. If you felt that comment, I deserve healthy love. Because you do. And after Valentine's, the secret love letter isn't trying to make you sad. It's trying to wake you up. So stop mourning what didn't work. Stop romanticizing who didn't choose you. Stop revisiting who didn't value you. Because the next love will not require you to suffer. The next love will require you to receive it. And that, for some of you, is the hardest part. So if you're ready to receive, comment, I'm ready to receive. And if you stayed until the end, here's the truth. Your soulmate is not just someone you meet. They are someone you align with. And alignment starts now. Not when they show up. Now. So tonight before you sleep, say this out loud. I am available for healthy love. I am available for peace. I am available for the love God designed for me. And then let it go. Because what is for you will not miss you. If you believe that, comment, what's for me won't miss me.